Hello and welcome. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Wednesday confirmed 196 new cases of COVID-19, 87 in Lagos, 24 in Kano, 18 in Gombe, 17 in Kaduna, 16 in the Federal Capital Territory, 10 in Katsina, 8 in Sokoto, 7 in Edo, 6 in Borno, 1 each in Ebonyi and Adamawa. As at 11:55 p.m., 29th of April 2020, 1,728 confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Nigeria. 307 have been discharged, with 51 deaths recorded. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustapha, and the coordinator, Dr. Sani Aliyu, at a media briefing of the group this Wednesday in Abuja, gave guidelines for the gradual reopening of the economy, saying government offices, banks and manufacturing companies are to reopen on Monday. They cautioned that the reopening of the economy does not mean an end to the coronavirus pandemic. According to them, banks will start operating as from Monday, but will only open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and must adhere strictly to social distancing measures. He also stated that people in public places must use face masks, adding the schools will remain closed and social parties should not be held. In addition, public buses will only be allowed to operate from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and drivers must maintain social distancing in terms of number of their passengers. They say employers must provide face masks and thermometers and also maintain social distancing within their premises. Public and private organizations are also mandated to ensure fumigation and decontamination of their premises. The National Information Technology Development Agency in Nigeria on Wednesday inaugurated a virtual learning academy. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Pantami, who inaugurated the academy, said more than 12,000 Nigerians have already enrolled for virtual learning programs. He explained that the academy will provide free courses that could lead to certification from Cisco, Oracle, Huawei and Harvard, among others, while noting that many activities, including governance, could now be conducted online as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The academy was inaugurated during a virtual event and is expected to provide Nigerians in various sectors with the opportunity to access digital education and skills. Pantami added that plans are underway to hold future Federal Executive Council meetings virtually through the academy. He, however, says the plans will have to be approved by the President. Similarly, the Nigerian Ministry of Education announced that Nine Mobile has given free data access to some e-learning portals to support the federal government's e-learning program, especially during the COVID-19 crisis. The portals include the National Open University, Khan Academy, CISO, Schoolgate and Mobile Classroom. The ministry in a press release stated that students can visit any of the portals to access online learning materials and give feedback through the same channels. The former governor of Borno State, Nigeria, Alhaji Muhammad Goni, died on Wednesday after a brief illness. Goni was a retired civil servant who served as the governor of Borno State from October 1979 to September 1983. During Nigeria's Second Republic. He was born in 1942 in Kareto Mobo local government area of Borno State. The late politician was elected as the first civilian governor of Borno on the platform of the Great Nigeria People's Party. An 11-year-old girl, Agbonge Ahoyi Elogosa Favor, has donated 300 naira to the Edo State government in support of the government's efforts to contain the coronavirus pandemic in the state. Speaking at the Government House in Benin City, Favor says she's supporting the Edo State government with the money in commemoration of her 11th birthday. The spokesperson of the Edo State Sustainable Development Goals Office, Ifueko Alufohai, commended the girl for her donation, which she said will encourage others to do likewise, as it will teach adults how to support the government at this critical time. In global news, Japan has recorded 236 new cases of coronavirus and 26 deaths on Wednesday, bringing the national total to 14,800 with 428 deaths. Japan saw its numbers spike this month and is under a nationwide state of emergency until the 6th of May. Some of the 712 cases and 13 deaths are linked to Diamond Princess cruise ship. The country's healthcare system is struggling to keep up with the sheer number of patients. The doctor said 90% of his requests for tests have been denied and people are being turned away from hospitals. We'll now take a short break. Still ahead, a Ugandan court orders the parliament to refund up to $2.6 million it approved for members to fight the coronavirus in their respective communities. Stay with us, details coming shortly.
Hi guys, I know most of us are terrified by the coronavirus and all the misinformation and fake news is not really helping. Now there are many recommended ways to stay safe during this period of COVID-19. One of the most important things, which is I am making sure that as often as possible, I am washing my hands with soap and water for a minimum of 20 seconds. Let me show you how. So rub your palms back and forth, spend some time on each side, and you go on the back of your hands, and make sure you get in between your fingers. This is very important because 80% of communicable diseases are actually transferred by touch. So washing your hands properly reduces the risk of you getting infected. My name is Banky Wellington. Be safe for yourself and safe for others too.
This message is brought to you by the United Nations in conjunction with the Federal Government of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC and the Banky Wellington Foundation. Take responsibility.
Welcome back, and in our global news, the CEO of Gilead Sciences, the makers of the experimental drug Remdesivir, a treatment for coronavirus, in an open letter today said the company's existing supply of the drug can cover at least 140,000 treatment courses for COVID-19 patients. And Wednesday, top infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci announced early results from that trial showing that Remdesivir effectively shortens the duration of coronavirus. After Fauci's announcement, it was reported that the Food and Drug Administration is planning to issue an emergency use authorization for the drug. The number of potential treatments is complicated by the fact that another trial of Remdesivir released by Gilead on Wednesday found that 5 days of treatment appears as effective as 10 days. That could effectively double the supply of the drug, which is infused through an IV. In France, more than 24 French unions and organizations, including Greenpeace and Oxfam, have called for a stay-at-home demonstration on May 1st to mark International Workers' Day. In a joint statement released on Wednesday, the organization said they are calling citizens to participate in the union protest to give the 1st of May International Workers' Day a special response. In the context of the health crisis, the statement added that even under lockdown, all workers should demonstrate from homes with signs, banners, or through social networks. In their announcement, the 25 organizations stressed the importance of showing solidarity with the invincible, who have, during the pandemic, come to be recognized as essential to the nation. Governor Julie Santelli says she's signing an order to allow communities embark on a gradual reopening as the southern Italian region of Calabria will begin phase 2 of the relaxation of emergency coronavirus restrictions on Thursday. Santelli said starting tomorrow, the reopening of bars, bakeries, restaurants and pizzerias, where tables can be out in the open, will be permitted. Movements within the municipality or to another municipality for individual sports will be allowed, as well as the activities of open-air markets and street vending. According to the Italian Civil Protection Agency, the region has registered 1 coronavirus-related death in total. The New York Police Department on Wednesday said a total of 964 of its members are sick with coronavirus. According to the department's daily coronavirus report, the figures represent 745 uniformed members and 219 civilian members. There are 4,959 members of the New York Police Department who've tested positive for COVID-19, and more than 3,958 members have returned to full duty after recovering from the disease. 37 members have died. The health minister of Germany, Jens Spahn, on Wednesday said labs are now able to carry out almost 900,000 COVID-19 tests a week, as long as the materials for the test are available. The health minister said the biggest risk for an outbreak is in healthcare. Therefore, tests should be carried out as comprehensively and preventively as possible among staff, including in care homes. He stated that there is a theoretical possible capacity of almost 900,000 tests per week in Germany. Roughly 470,000 tests were carried out last week, suggesting there is additional capacity that could help prevent outbreaks among medical staff at hospitals and care homes. The Robert Koch Institute estimates that infection or reproduction rate of the coronavirus in Germany is presently around 0.9%, meaning 10 infected people infect 9 others. Such figures encourage the federal and regional officials in Germany to loosen some elements of the lockdown, including opening smaller shops from last week and sending some pupils back to school from next week. New rules, however, include a nationwide requirement to wear a mask in shops and on public transport to prevent a second wave. The High Court in Uganda has ordered members of parliament to hand back the sum of $5,000 that they received as part of the package they approved to fight COVID-19 in their constituencies. The politicians had backed the scheme, which included handouts, adding up to a total of $2.6 million. The move was, however, condemned by Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, who said it is morally reprehensible. The case was filed by an independent member of parliament, Gerald Karuhanga, along with a small number of other members of parliament who had rejected the cash. Last week, the High Court issued an injunction telling Parliament not to distribute the cash, but the Speaker says the money had already been paid into the bank accounts of the members. Meanwhile, some of the lawmakers have refunded the money. Opposition member Bobby Wine described the payment as wrong and immoral, saying he will return the money and not participate in such vile fraud. And that's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.